So let's look at a couple more example problems where we need to determine if triangles are similar by looking at their angles. And remember that similar triangles have correspondingly equal angles. So if we figure out this third angle here, then each of these three angles should match up in the other triangle for those three angles. Or in other words, all of the angles should correspondingly be equal. And let's solve for this missing angle. We can call it some variable. Let's just call it x. And we know that the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's subtract 57 and subtract 44 from each side. And we would find that x is 79 degrees. So we have this triangle that has a 44, 57, and 79 degree angle. And we just need to look at these two examples and find out if they have the exact same angles. And looking at choice B, you can see that it had the original two angles, this 57 and 44, which means you can set up this same equation and figure out that this would be 79 degrees. So choice B works, but in choice A, notice it has a 79 and a 44 degree angle. So it has two of these, but if we were to find this third one, we could again set up an equation just like this, and we could figure out that this has to be a 57 degree angle, which means that this triangle, triangle GHI, is also similar to triangle ABC. And since both choices A and B work, that means that choice C is the correct answer. Now let's look at one more example. And usually the first step in these problems is to figure out any of the missing angles. And again, we can do that by just setting up an equation and summing these angles and setting them equal to 180. But we can notice right away that neither of these choices will work. Since in choice A, when comparing it to this triangle ABC, notice that neither of these angles match up with the angles in triangle ABC. And likewise, in choice B, this triangle JKL, neither of these angles match up over here. So it's not possible for either of these to work, which means that choice D is the correct answer. But we can verify that by determining this third angle if we want to feel more confident about it. And again, we'll just set up that equation by adding the three angles together. We can call this, let's say, y, and setting them equal to 180. And if we add 39 and 37, that would be 60 plus 16, which is 76. And so we can subtract 76 on each side, and that would give us a 104. So this missing angle here, which we called y, is 104 degrees. And again, you can see that none of these angles match up with the angles in the other two triangles.